Nice to meet you. Annabelle, how are you? Good evening. Welcome to you guys. Glad you're able to come tonight. This isn't really a very long meeting. We just like to get together before the school year starts and answer any questions, let the parents know about things going on that are new or new programs you might be doing. So. Okay, you had a rough day? What's that? This is a trip. So every week on Wednesday morning we all gather here. And you're certainly always welcome to join us on Sundays too. Good to see you guys. Hi, how are you? Very good. Hi. Do you remember me? No. I remember you. Was that your first? Having a good summer? Good to see you. And thank you for calling all those times and happy to answer any questions you have. I'd rather get them answered kind of before the school year starts than after when it gets too busy. So, that is great. I've even seen the people Somebody else in the parking lot?
Trickling.
I need to put
We're the ones looking for the 3rd and 4th grade list. Also, I'm Mr. Henry, I'm the 3rd and 4th grade teacher.
Hey, how are you?
Unfortunately, even if I have permission to do that, I still can't do it. So, some of the stuff like pencils, usually they bring their own pencils, but this year, in this case, they keep this going. I'm just making one classroom set, and then just sharpen them and put them on this one. But if she wants special pencils, she can get them, put them from 2 places.
Okay. And then as far as what
it can be dark blue or light.
That's the only problem around town is you have to use it really quickly. You're right.
We don't want a lot of stuff on it. If it has a Nike symbol or it has, that's hard to not find something with it. So otherwise you can order the school, you can order school ones, which I don't know if we might be getting a different material. It's not and not. We might be getting more text material, so it's maybe a little bit different. Yep, and they can do khaki skirts if she wants to do a skirt.
testing. We'll get started in just a moment, everyone, if you want to take your seats.
There's only one person on the live stream, and I don't know if that can Good evening. I'm Mr.
I am Mr. Oh, my sister.
Antonio?
Yes.
Just
Yeah. I don't know if I have to bring my name.
No, you don't need to.
Okay.
Do you have a supply list here?
No.
Is that how you say your name?
Thank you.
Good evening. How are you doing? How are you doing?
Yes, once or twice. I'm still waiting for the sale.
This is really intimidating.
Yeah, this weekend.
Hey, doggy. And he just.
He's a talker once you get to know him.
I have never heard of these.
A lot of my stuff, honestly, because we're next class in the 3rd and 4th grade, there's going to be some stuff that's going to be above 50, a little higher, but there might be a little stuff that's going to be just average, and maybe just a little bit, but then within that, there's always ways to challenge her. She just does her best and tries to answer. These kids still don't want to answer just challenging her, just herself. She can challenge herself to make sure she has this complete sentence that is right in phrase. That already is taking that 4th grade assignment and bumping it up. Just putting that extra bit of work in. It won't matter because we are doing our testing like the 3rd week of October. We have a new testing program. And it doesn't take a whole week like other programs, so we'll be doing it like 3 times a year. We'll be doing it at the beginning of the year, middle of the year, and the end of the year to see how the progress is. And honestly, I can take the so I feel she's either not making the progress that you should make, or she's making really great progress. I can actually have her take the test again and see how fast she
Okay, testing again. Testing 1, 2, 3. Sounds good. We'll get started. Thank you for coming, everybody, tonight to our orientation meeting for the school year. I want to welcome all of you to Northdale Lutheran. Good to see everybody. We'll try to keep the meeting as quick as we can, but certainly if there are any questions, I want to take the time to address those as well. I have a presentation up here, and we're having a little trouble with the color, so if it switches to pink, please bear with that. We are also live streaming this. That's why I'm wearing the microphone, so that people on the internet can hear us. We had a couple parents that weren't able to come tonight. So with that, if anyone has any questions as we're going through the presentation, please don't hesitate to let me know, and I'll address those. Purpose tonight, we gather together around the Word of God. We'll get to know one another a little bit, getting to know what our school is all about. Hopefully wrapping up, for the most part, our annual enrollment process, something that most families are pretty much done with already. But the main thing that I want to share with you is for you to learn what we are doing as a school to improve. My motto is that we always have room to grow. And that was something I really learned with the accreditation we went through last year. We have a school improvement plan, and we're always looking to see what we can do better to serve you guys, to serve our students and families. Part of that is I hope that you will consider what role you can play in our school. Giving thanks to God for NLS, more opportunities to serve Him this year. And then afterwards, we'll have a few extra things. There's some things to take care of over in the fellowship hall, down the hallway, and then we'll wrap it up. So if we could just begin with a very brief devotion. We have a Bible verse up here on the screen. This is our theme Bible verse for this school year, John 10, verse 14. I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. As teachers, one of the things that really helps us work with the students is getting to know them as individuals. It would be kind of neglectful if I was stood up in the front of the classroom and expected that every one of my students was going to learn the same way, respond to me in the same way, because that's just not the case. Even as parents, you can see that with your own kids, that every kid has their own personality, every kid is different. So, as teachers, we really try to get to know our students so that we can teach them in a way that is best for them, so that we can help them to grow academically, help them to grow spiritually. That is our top priority. As we get to know the students, they get to know us. And of course, along the way, like parents know with their kids, sometimes you get to know them a little bit too well in a sense. You kind of learn the kids learn what buttons to push with their parents that are going to get them a little frustrated with them. That kind of happens in the classroom too. It's kind of like a family. But as we get to know one another, we still respond in love, because that's what Jesus has done for us. As well as we feel we know our students, as well you may feel you know your son or daughter, Jesus knows us even better. And He knows all of our faults. He knows everything we've ever done, whether it was pleasing in His sight or whether it was sinful. And yet, you can see Jesus holding that lamb, showing love for that lamb, even though the lamb representing us, even though Jesus knows everything we have done wrong against Him. And so that's a good reminder for us in this school year, that we want to show that love that Jesus shows to us in our school. That's really what we're all about. Because Jesus lived and died on the cross for our sins, we want to share that with our children, with our students, so they can share it with others, so that they can serve Him in their lives. So we pray that that verse will guide us this school year, and why don't we close with a prayer right now. Heavenly Father, You sent Your only Son, Jesus, to be our good shepherd, who leads us in paths of righteousness, who leads us and guides us and gives us many blessings throughout our lives, giving us the basic needs of food, clothing, and shelter, blessing us in ways we can't even imagine. We ask You to bless us this school year, to help us grow as a school family, to help our students learn academically, to grow spiritually, and to serve You and one another. In Jesus' name, amen. With that, let's move to some introductions. We'll kind of go through this pretty quickly. My name is Mark Biesfeld. I've met all of you, so hopefully get the chance to talk to you more later if we haven't already. But I am the principal and 7th and 8th grade teacher. This is my 3rd year now. That seems like just yesterday that I got here, but going into my 3rd year now as principal at Northdale Lutheran. This is my 9th year of teaching overall. Feels like just yesterday that I started teaching too, so time really goes by fast. Very thankful to serve you. If we could have our other teachers around the room introduce themselves, and then Pastor.
I'm Chris Herring. I'm the 3rd and 4th grade teacher and also the athletic director, so if you have any sports questions, please come to me. This is my 4th year here at Northdale, my 4th year teaching overall as well.
I'm Amy Hardman. I am standing. I teach 1st and 2nd. If they get taller than I am, I kick them out of our... No. That hasn't happened yet. Anyway, I've been teaching here 12 years and 16 and a half altogether. So.
She's our veteran teacher.
Still learning though.
Hello everybody, I am Lynn Margraf. I am the kindergarten teacher here at Northdale, and this is my second and a half year of teaching. I was also, like Ms. Hardman, a mid-year grad and started in January.
And I am Amy Van Evenhoven. I'm the 6th grade teacher, and I've been here for 10 years with my husband. I've worked at the school every year, but some years I had little kids, so I was just the aide, the helper, the run the lunch, and I've been teaching the last 4 years here full-time again.
Thank you. Pastor.
And I'm Charlie Van Evenhoven. I'm the pastor here at Northdale Lutheran. You'll see my office is the first one right when you come into the school building. I've been here. We just finished our 10th year here. Was 8 years in Minnesota prior to being here. I teach the 7th and 8th grade catechism class, and also am the football coach. Yeah, just the 8th grade football coach. So kids want to play football, flag football.
Thank you. We do have two of our 3 school ministry board members are here as well.
I'm Brian Bush. I'm the chairman of the school ministry board. Third year? Doing so. And we have Mark sits on the board as well, pastor as well. David, stand up.
Hey, David Monkowski. I have two daughters in the school, 4th grade and 2nd grade.
And then we have another board member, Jim Smith, who isn't here. But we basically manage we help set the policies, manage the budget for the school, things like that. Kind of administration of the policy.
We also do have a few support staff people. One of them that your kids will really get to know well is Miss Jeannie. She wasn't able to be here tonight, but she is an aide throughout the school day. She also helps with the after-school care and other volunteers that come in throughout the week, so we thank them for their help as well. Just briefly, I know that not everybody here probably knows each other, so I don't need to go around and introduce, to everybody, but just to help get to know one another, if you just want to turn around and say hello, maybe tell each other what grades your kids are, things like that, just to get to know each other. Go ahead. More opportunities to chat afterwards. I definitely value the time that we get to spend together because it's really this is really the only time in the school year when we'll get this many parents together, other than maybe sporting events or a family game night, things like that. So get to know one another. This is our school family, so I hope that you can do that. All right. Very briefly, who are we and what are we all about? Our mission is we exist to assist families by providing an excellent education in a safe Christian environment. And our vision, 3 things. We envision families growing spiritually as they're connected with God's Word. We envision educational growth of our students in preparation for their future lives and higher levels of education. And finally, growth in church membership, school enrollment, and continuance of quality Christian education. We do recognize that many of you have your other churches, your own home churches. And we're thankful that you have those churches. If there is ever any way that we can serve your family through our congregation, we're also glad to do that. All right. Our annual enrollment process. This is something that I know as the summer months come to an end, this is kind of the last thing you want to think about. You want to value or cherish that summertime. So we try to get as much of this done in the spring as possible, but there are always a few loose ends to tie up. The application is something that only the new families do. And then hopefully these next two steps sound familiar. The enrollment on TADS, and then the tuition agreement on TADS. Enrollment is kind of the permissions and releases, that type of thing. There are a few paper forms like a pickup form and medication administration form that some of you might have submitted. The tuition agreement is where you set your payment plan, whether one whole payment or 2 semesterly payments or 10 monthly payments. So hopefully, maybe you've done that already. If not, and you have any questions about that, please feel free to talk to me. Orientation is what we're doing now, and then in the next 2 weeks before school starts, our teachers will do home visits. Home visits are primarily done when we have students that are new to the school or new to a particular classroom. Any students not in those 2 cases, we still are happy to do the home visits, but we don't feel it's required. 2 things, especially with kindergartners and 7th graders, we look for updated student health records. Usually at those 2 levels, there are doctor's appointments and maybe immunizations that are required. So if you have kids in any of those situations, please let me know if you have any questions about that. All right, so what are the new things, the things that have been going on that we've been doing to try to serve you better? One of those things that we're very thankful for, this is really from last school year, we had to go through a reaccreditation process. We are accredited through 2 national agencies. You can see them up here. WELS School Accreditation. WELS is our church body, which operates the 4th largest private school system in the country. And then National Council for Private School Accreditation. So we went through a self-study of basically everything we do as a school. We had an outside group come in and review all of that, and they awarded us full accreditation for another 5 years. So we're very thankful for that. It's a great blessing for our school. It's kind of the stamp of approval that lets us know that we're doing what we say we're doing, and we're doing a good job with that. Okay, another thing from the end of last school year. This one I'm especially thankful for because it lets me know what the parents were thinking. We had a very brief agree or disagree survey that I sent out with only 6 statements, and you can see them up there. We had 25 responses to that survey, and 100% agreed on all 6 statements. I never would have expected 100%, so I'm extremely thankful, feel very blessed as a school that our parents have that high of an opinion of us. Certainly we're still looking to improve, and we know that we're not perfect, but this is kind of a validation and lets us know that we are serving you well. So we thank you for that. All right, something new for this school year. One of our big projects right at the beginning of the summer was kind of a coordinating of the schedules for all of the classrooms. The reason why we wanted to do this is because it's going to help us in several ways. One of those is to help some of our teachers teach in areas where they have a real strength. Another thing that this does is it frees me up to have a little bit more administrative time during the school day. So basically, there's a little bit of departmentalization going on. There's a little bit of team teaching. Don't view this as something where kids are moving from one classroom to another all day long, though, because that's not what it is. It's a class here and there throughout the school day, and usually it's the teacher that is moving to the students rather than the students moving. So it's not disruptive to the school day whatsoever, and it will put teachers in teaching subject areas where they have a real strength to do that. So you can see some of the subject areas where we are doing that this school year. As we have home visits, we'll certainly talk about that more. But music is one subject area, physical education, art, science, social studies, and Christ-life, which is our Bible history and religion class. Okay, we've always had assignment notebooks, but we've never really had a uniform way of doing that. Every teacher has kind of done their own thing. So then it's an adjustment from one classroom to the next. So this year we decided to get the same assignment notebook for grades 3 to 8. The level of independence with that assignment notebook probably will still vary from 3rd grade up to 8th grade. But this is something that our students will become very used to, writing down their assignments so that we don't have that kind of an issue, hopefully. I did have a student once that actually happened to, though. Okay, technology updates. As we try to prepare our students for this technology-driven world, we felt that was something that we could improve in, an area we could improve in. So for this school year, we are going to have kind of a mobile computer lab set up. We purchased 20 Google Chromebooks. Excuse me. So those will be used primarily in the upper grades, but other classrooms will get to use them as well. And also we have a set of Kindles. Those will be primarily in the 3rd and 4th grade classroom. So those will definitely allow us to do different classroom applications, helping our students just be prepared for that technology-driven world. Sports. I'm going to invite Mr. Herring up to the front, and definitely you can see the picture here. We were very proud of some of the success that we had in our sports programs last year with 2 championships, and 1 in basketball and 1 in flag football. Certainly that's not the only reason why we do sports, but it's always nice when you can have a little success along the way. I'll let Mr. Herring talk.
Going off of what he says, our program has been building. We've been winning more and more games. The kids get more and more excited every year. They keep asking me more about, when are we going to play this game? When is soccer coming? So I do see the excitement. It is one, and this is just part of our school program. Certainly your child does not need to participate, but they are more than welcome to participate. Athletics start at 3rd grade. And 3rd and 4th grade can do kickball day and the track event. All most other athletic things are 5th through 8th grade. So we'll start the year in the fall. It starts with flag football. We are on 2 separate leagues. So one is called PALS, Private Athletic League of Schools. That's over in Clearwater. So there is a little bit of driving. There's not a lot of small schools in Hillsborough for us to compete against. And we're also part of a SALSA League, South Atlantic Lutheran School Association. And that's within our own church and school body that we participate with that. So as those who have participated know, the real big one is the basketball tournament. That's in Doral near Miami every year. It's a 2-day tournament that we attend, and which we did win the championship. So, which was very exciting, as you can see the tiny trophy. But no, they were so excited. They were all like, "Can I hold it? Let me get a picture. I want a picture of this." So it was fun to see their faces light up for that, especially since to see how hard they've worked over the past few years and build the atmosphere that we have. There is a change this year for the better with the way seasons are. Because of the 2 leagues, the leagues had different sports seasons at different times. So the last few years we had doubled up on soccer and basketball both at the same time. I was able to get the PALS League to switch theirs. So now it's just going to be basketball during the winter months. And then soccer is going to be moved to the spring months. So that will help me a lot, so I don't have like 2 practices plus 2 games every week on top of the teaching. So. Also, I do have a head coach for flag football and basketball. Pastor Van Wright, he's coaching flag football. Mark Liesel said he was willing to do the basketball. I have a assistant coach for flag football, but I do not have an assistant coach for basketball, which I'm more than happy to do that as well, but at the same time, it's a way for you to participate and be in your child's life. And you can share in that excitement when hopefully win another basketball championship. So if you're interested at all in being any sort of coach, I don't have any head coach or assistant coach for soccer. I was planning on coaching that, but if someone really wants to take that, go for it. I do like coaching, but if you want to be your child's coach, I'm not going to take that away from you either. So, one thing some kids will probably be excited about and some parents will probably be sad about, I did not include running club this year, just because it was fun at first, the kids were excited about it, but then I would say 80% of the kids just didn't want to be there and were just making it miserable for the other kids and even myself. So unless I get a lot of students who really want to do that and parents who want to do that, I will pick that back up again. But it's something I want it to be fun. Where basketball and flag football and soccer, eventually we kind of get too old to play those sports, but running is kind of more of that lifelong thing that I was hoping to get the kids going on. So you can see people of all ages running down the sidewalk, and that's something that can stick with them. So, but not so many of us are always willing to go out and play basketball so much, or soccer, or even flag football, or any type of football as we get older. Things in the past year has been commitment. That's one thing that has actually brought up our level of our sports, is the commitment. We still have a few here and there, but the more commitment we have from the kids, from the parents, the stronger the team's going to be. Because a child might just come up and say, oh, I'm playing, but then they never talk to their parents. And I'm assuming they talk to their parents that they can play. Then the next week they're not playing again because they finally talked to mom and dad. And then a few weeks later, mom and dad decided, oh, you can play again. So that's one thing. I do have student-athlete contracts that they will sign at the beginning of each season. Last year I had them just sign one for the whole year. So I'm going to have them sign one for each season, especially basketball, because if you're going to be on the basketball team, I expect commitments to our 2 basketball tournaments. One is just a Saturday tournament up in Beverly Hills, about an hour north. And then there's that 2-day basketball tournament in Northdale, which has some extra cost involved because you have to get a hotel room and so forth for at least one night, or if you want to go down the night before, 2 nights. So just look for this. This will be coming home with your child probably that first week of school. I do have the flag football schedule, so I have the schedule for the first 4 months for practices and games. There's one game missing from this. I have not heard back from another school. There's always one home flag football game we have right here, but I don't have a date for that. I'm thinking that will probably be October 7th as of right now. But I do have copies of those back in if you want to take one now. Otherwise, they will also come home with your child if they're interested in playing. And then, if your child is interested in playing, I do suggest looking through the athletic handbook. A lot of that talks about, we just want the commitment and the Christian environment. And the real thing is, our athletic program isn't focused on that winning. We focus on training our skills, teamwork, and just how we treat each other. And if we focus on that, the winning automatically comes with all of that. So we don't want one child ruining a whole season or a sport for the other children. So, and one last thing, 2 things there. Transportation to games is the parents' responsibility. I will be going to most games, and since I don't have my own children, I will put out an email, and I can take 3 kids. So first come, first serve. They can come with me. But it's your responsibility. If you can't make it, I do like a reply to, you just push reply all on an email, and you can ask for different people who are willing to do that, and hopefully other parents respond. So that worked well last year for parents. Okay, I'll probably just do that again this year. So You don't have to go to all the games if you don't want to, especially since they're right after school and I know you're still working. And the last thing is, on the schedule, there is a players meeting. Whether they're playing just one sport or all sports, I would like, if they're in 5th or 8th grade, to be attending that meeting that first Thursday of the school year. So I can talk, so pretty much I will be going through this with them, so, because how many of you think your children will actually read this on their phone? Probably none. So that's the big thing, finding transportation for yourself, the commitment from the child, so that talks, so have your child talk to you and you talk to your child so you're both on the same page, and that players meeting that first week of the school year. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Herring. Updates with our hot lunch program this year. We, in the past, have only had hot lunch on Fridays. We will still have that regular rotation of hot lunch on Fridays. What we are adding this year is a Monday through Thursday hot lunch through Evo's restaurant. Maybe you have eaten there before. It's a restaurant right on Dale Mabry Highway, close to Fletcher, I believe. And it's a fast food restaurant, but the way they prepare the food makes it really healthy food. Along with it being really healthy, it will be a little bit more expensive than the Friday hot lunch. Our Friday hot lunch is $3 or $3.50 if you want an extra hamburger or extra few nuggets or something like that. I believe with Evo's, their lowest price lunch is $4, and it could go up to $7 depending on what you want. The payment for this Evo's lunch will be handled directly with them. It won't go through the school at all. If you want to order a lunch from them, you'll be able to set up your own account through their portal, and you'll be able to make that payment and place your order directly with them up until 7 a.m. that particular school day. There would be more information about that. That's just a brief overview. Afterwards, we do have some people from Evo's that brought some food for you to sample, and they'll also be able to help anyone get signed up for that tonight already. So if you're interested, you can definitely learn more about that later. But just to clarify, we still have the regular Friday hot lunch rotation of Subway, Taco Bell, Wendy's. 1 week is chicken nuggets and another week is hamburgers. And then Hungry Howie's Pizza we also have. Okay, we have, in the past, we have gone with a testing program called Terra Nova. In the public schools, you've maybe heard of the FCAT or the FSA test is, I think, the new one that's in the public schools. The Terra Nova test that we did was very similar, produced by the same company, very similar test. The one that we are switching to helps us to more individualize the test to each student. For example, if a student gets a question wrong, they won't go to the same question as if they had got the previous one right. It's all done on computer, so it's called an adaptive test. So it really helps us to know how well the students are doing in all areas, all subjects. So we're excited to implement that this year. It's a little bit less testing, so it's less time, but we're actually doing it at 3 points during the school year. We'll be doing it 3 weeks into the school year, 3 weeks after Christmas break, and then 3 weeks before the end of the school year. So we'll get to see how things change along the way. And it's for grades K to 8 as well. So we're excited about that. Looking forward to being able to use all of the data that we get as a result of it.
And the results are 24 hours, correct?
Yeah, that was another negative thing about the old one. We took the test in September, and we didn't get the results till January or February. Now this one, we get the results in 24 hours. So, thank you. Okay, new before school care program. This actually, several years ago, there had been a before school care program. We weren't able to staff that though the last couple of years. And this year we will be restarting that. So 7 to 7:30, if you need to drop off your child before the regular time, which the doors open at 7:30, you'll be able to do that. It'll be the same charge as after-school care, which is $1.50 for every 15 minutes. So if they come between 7 and 7:15, it'd be $3 for that before school care. If they came between 7:15 and 7:30, then it'd be $1.50. I think this is the last one that I have here for updates. Another way that we try to improve as a school is through continuing education. Every month in our faculty meetings, we have weekly faculty meetings, but one faculty meeting a month, we devote that time to a particular teaching topic, something that as a faculty we've decided we want to learn more about to help us become better teachers. I'm also involved in a graduate studies program through Martin Luther College. I'm working towards my master's degree in educational administration. Our leadership is the emphasis that I have. I'm only 2 classes away and 1 thesis away from being done with that program, which I'm very excited about. 36 credits total. And so definitely continuing to grow as teachers is something that we all feel is very important because it helps us better serve our students. Okay, two things here. I wanted to show you our school website. I don't really know how much the school website gets used. Hopefully if you have used it, hopefully it's been easy for you to use. I basically manage the website, so if there's ever anything that you feel should be up there or you had trouble with, just let me know. But just very briefly wanted to show you what the website looks like. This is the main page at northdalelutheran.org. If I'm standing in your way and you can't see, I apologize, but I'm not going to move. You can go to the school page by clicking on the school link. Clicking on this, there we go. Somebody better talk to the webmaster about that. Okay, then we have our main school page. Right there on the main school page, this questions one is primarily for people that are new to our school and maybe want more information. The calendar link is right there. We try to keep that calendar up to date and current. So if you're wondering about upcoming events or sports practices, anything like that, the enrollment is right there. What I would definitely highlight though is this resources tab. You can see the menu that comes up, and I'm going to click on the current school year information. This page has the supply list, which we won't really need too much longer, but then other things like, if you want to print things like the hot lunch, we have a quarterly hot lunch form that you can order through. That's for the Friday hot lunches. You can print the calendar, you can print a variety of things. Our family handbook, previously known as the parent or student handbook, is right there, so you can, a lot of exciting stuff, but read through all of our school policies. Definitely very important for everybody to know. That's kind of part of the enrollment process, is that you agree to abide by all of the school policies and be supportive of them. So I would encourage reading through that. Not something I want to do tonight though. Other things like a couple forms. So definitely there's a lot of valuable stuff on here. The teachers every week send home a classroom blog through email. But those are also posted here on the website. So if you're wondering what's going on in the classroom, you can check it out there. The weekly newsletter is posted on the website. So if your kid forgot to bring it home or it got lost somewhere, you can go back and see what was in that newsletter. And this is not currently going on, but a couple times during the year we'll have a online school spirit store. So you'll be able to purchase apparel, like this shirt is one of the things that you could purchase through that. Those are the main things I want to highlight, but certainly please make use of the website. And if there are any things you want to see on there, you're welcome to let me know. Okay, then the other major web presence that we have is our Facebook page. Many of you probably have seen us on Facebook already, but we want to let you know that we're on Facebook and you can like and share our posts. Please like our Facebook page. From every now and then, this is kind of our photo gallery too. So if you want to see pictures of events that we've had, they usually get posted here on Facebook. Sorry, I'll go down. So you can see this at Camp South is a recent camp that a lot of our kids attended. That's really what most of the pictures are lately. There'll be some VBS a little bit farther down. So there we go. Okay, finally, what role can you play as a part of Northdale Lutheran School? We definitely see, or we want to grow as a school family. We want to build a positive school culture, spiritual growth, academic excellence, and caring for one another. So we encourage parents to become involved with that through volunteering. All of our parent volunteers, or volunteers in general, do have to go through a program called Protect My Ministry. There is a background check component with that and an online child safety training. If you did the background check last year, you won't have to have that done again, but we do need to do it's state law to do the child safety training annually. So even if you did that last year, we still have to go through that every year. We have a parent-teacher team. We are going to be having quarterly meetings for that. You're welcome to participate. Those meeting days and times will be published. So that's an opportunity for input on school improvement goals, ways for you to get involved, and also fundraising. And then we have some ongoing and upcoming fundraising opportunities. Many of you maybe cut out the box tops for education. You can bring those to the school right in the main lobby. We have a spot to put those. A new fundraising program that we're starting this school year is called Shop with Script. Basically, it's a way that you can go and do your regular shopping, whether it's groceries or buying clothes or whatever, and you can earn money for the school just by making those purchases. The way that happens is you have a gift card that basically you purchase from the school that we got at a reduced cost, and then a percentage of what you spent comes back to us as a school. We have a flyer in the fellowship hall with more information on that. Coming up Wednesday, August 10th, we are having a school spirit night at EVOS. They are going to donate 20% of the proceeds. So if you have one of these flyers and you go there and say you're part of the Northdale Lutheran group, they'll donate 20% back to us. If you want to spend some time there handing out flyers to other people in the restaurant, they said that's okay too. So anybody that has a flyer, they'll give 20%. And then in the first quarter of the school year, we're going to do a Yankee Candle fundraiser. One of those was done a couple of years ago. Maybe you want to think ahead on Christmas gifts and things like that. So there'll be more information coming there. Giving thanks. We definitely give thanks to you for entrusting your kids to our care. Looking ahead to the school year, we give thanks for your communication with us, involvement and support, for your commitment to us as a school. Some of you have been with us with kids starting in kindergarten. Maybe some of them have graduated now, and we just appreciate your commitment to our school and everything that you do for us. For sharing with others then what Northdale Lutheran has meant to you. With that survey that we did, I hope that parents will share that kind of thing, how you appreciate the blessings that have come to your children and your family through our school. And then thanks for God's blessings to us at Northdale Lutheran. So this is my final slide. I went a little bit longer than I hoped, but we're still under an hour. So thank you for your attention. If there are any questions, you can ask those either now, just briefly, or we can deal with that afterwards too. if anything has come to mind. Yeah, Bill?
I have 3 quick questions. One, what's your policy about cell phones at school? Also, could Jerry bring his iPad in for the computer, or is that not going to be needed? And then lastly, will this calculator be used in 6th grade work for 7th grade?
I'm going to go backwards. The calculator probably will work. I don't know what kind it was. We can talk more about that at the home visit. I can look at it at the home visit. The iPad, it's kind of up, I guess I'm his teacher now, so it's kind of up to me how I would let him use that during the school day. Primarily, he wouldn't use it because we would usually have the Chromebooks. We would work through those. And then the cell phones, our policy is that the kids can bring them, but there's really no point in having them at school because they have to turn them off and put them in the designated location. After school, if they ask the teacher, can I call, then we'll usually say yes, but if we see the phones coming out without asking, we say, why do you have your phone out? You didn't ask. Because when the kids are waiting to get picked up, we want them paying attention and ready to go. So, does that answer your question? Okay. Yes?
With cell phones, I know they can't use them during the school day, but if you're not able to go on a sports game or something, and it helps you to contact them when to take them home or something. So that would be one after school to use them for.
Yeah. So they are, if they need to be used, we always just ask that they ask the teacher first. We appreciate that courtesy. Okay, things that these are the extras. In the fellowship hall, you will see a handout for a Bible information class with Pastor Van. That is a class that will start not the first Tuesday of the school year, but the second, I believe is August 23rd. All of you are invited to attend that class. It's basically a way for you to become more familiar with the teachings of our church body, basically the teachings of the Bible. And it's something that, Pastor, do you have anything to add on that?
Yeah, it's good for a couple of reasons. One, if you ever said, I always want to know what the Bible teaches and I'm not sure, it's a great foundational way to look at it. 2, it lets you know that we're not trying to hide anything about what we teach. We don't want, if you go to another church body or hear your kids come home with something, we want to be out front right from the beginning and just say this is what we teach. And 3, it's our chance to talk and study God's Word together. So it's a great way for us. We ask all of our members to, anyone who wants to become a member to take this class. We invite our families at school so that they're aware of that. And we even invite our own members just as a great review for what the Bible teaches. So it's 13 weeks. It seems long until you get into it, and then it goes by like that, and you go, really, it's over already? I give it an hour and a half. Most of the nights are less than that. But if I tell you an hour and it takes an hour and 15, you're upset. If I tell you an hour and a half and it takes an hour and 15, everybody's happy. So, it's also a great class for asking questions. I really believe in being able to understand what's going on, and so I encourage questions. I want people to ask questions. So if you have those questions, you always wanted to ask but never had the opportunity to do so, it's a great place.
Thank you, Pastor. I already mentioned the EVOS Spirit Night handout. We have plenty of those in the fellowship hall. Following this meeting, Ms. Margraff, I believe, may be speaking with some of you about piano lessons.
Yeah, I'll address the whole group really quickly. My schedule for fall piano lessons is already full. I do have a limit on the number of students that I take just so that I can still focus on my job of teaching kindergarten. And so if you would like to, if you're interested in taking piano lessons later, just let me know. I'll put you on a waiting list, and that's, you know, if anything changes with one of the current families, I can get you in later maybe. Thank you.
Thank you. And then a couple other things in the fellowship hall. Some of the handouts I already mentioned. We have both new and used uniform items in the fellowship hall. So please take a look at those if you're looking for any of that. You can purchase uniforms, the new ones that we have. All the used stuff is free. If we don't have a particular size or style or color, you can order that. We will be placing an order at the end of this week. So if you don't know tonight exactly what you would need, you can just get back to me by the end of the week, please. Let's see, I lost my spot. The free EVOS food is in the fellowship hall. We have volunteer sign-up opportunities as well as more information about that training that I mentioned before. If anyone needs a medication administration form or pickup permission form, those are in there. And then the Shop with Script fundraiser handout with more information on that is there too. So just an encouragement then to complete any remaining admission steps. If you're not sure, you can always ask me. I may not know tonight if there's anything you need to finish up yet, but I'll certainly check and let you know over the rest of this week so we can finish that up. We're looking forward to home visits with you. It's a great chance for us just to get to know one another. We value that time. It really helps us out as teachers to get to know both parents and students as we teach them throughout the school year. Finally, I thank you for your time and attention for coming here tonight. And definitely, if there are any questions as we close, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, we'll head down to the fellowship hall then. Thank you.
How are you? So I have time for these places. I can't even bring it up to my just stretch it out. You're mad at me. It is. I'm saying. Or she's little. One or the other.
You go right past them.
Take a shortcut.
And then what's that?
Oh, yeah.
So we go down that street, that's right next to
Drive down that, curve back, and
Feel free to call or...
okay. Yeah, there's, so if you drive right over that, you take a right at the farmer's market, you take right at the shirt. Oh, yeah, if you go all the way through it.
Well, that's what
you gotta watch out for that.
Jeff was saying too, because Jeff's from here, he said, yeah, a lot of people like to, you gotta, be careful because of, it's fun, curvy, a minivan and a Jeep, I don't think we'll be doing that, but, yeah, so we're looking at, we're pretty, about 9, we're waiting to hear.
We just had our home inspection.
If you want to change it for the whole year.
No, we lowered the price.
Yeah,
we
That works better.
Yeah, 15. It's sold within less than a week.
Yeah, we got a full price offer, and so we just had our home inspection today.
Yeah, we actually
Waiting to hear back from that.
Yeah.
And then next race, and then
That's
Once
very
that's
easy.
done, September 9th was their closing, so.
That would be great.
Yeah,
Because I probably everything would be paid off.
Money, extra money, just so many positive things.
Yep.
We're excited too, because we're going to be able to give so much more to the church.
You're welcome.
And,
Excellent.
yes, so we're very excited about that, yes, because that, we can use all we can get, and here.
Yeah, so
But-
we'll be right out there.
Yeah, exactly, very close to you guys.
Yeah,
No, I don't think, let's see, that way, just keep coming around County Line. County Line Road does get busy, where in the afternoon, normally it's going towards 41. So if you were to go north and then cut over on County Line and get towards 41, that road does get busier. And I noticed it on rush hour, it does get very.
Okay. Yeah, morning and evening, rush, okay.
Yeah.
Normally,
normally in the mornings, for whatever reason, both times, it's always kind of going towards 41.
Okay.
It's not really heading towards Del Neighbor.
So going the other way, which is what you would be doing.
So you probably hit, but you probably hit it in the afternoon if you did some of that traffic.
Well, I mean, coming back from the 3:30, I mean at 3, that should be okay. But him coming home from work, that would be him
Well,
coming home
you'd
from
be
work.
coming home from work probably, what, 75? Try to take 275 to work.
I could, or I could do 75.
Well, either way, then you're going to avoid that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
be like that. If you take, I take from downtown.
Because I do 275 now,
Okay.
and then jump off at Bush and come across.
I take
where we're at now.
I take 275 north to Bears. Get off the Bears.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what we like about it. 'Cause there's a lot of options.
okay.
So they're selling this. She has the challenge word, so it's
Wait, why did you do it?
it is that's based on it's just challenge words. And then there is spelling the first week of school, and there is new work the second day of school.
I
So
don't.
they can, if you wait, they just. you
No,
just
get it started right away. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Any questions, just let me know. Pretty much everything for this thing is.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we're excited. So hopefully we're waiting on Jeff to get back to us on one thing, on a house right
Yeah,
here.
there is one that's right around the corner.
Yes,
Oh,
the
I
kids
mean,
can
the kids
actually
could actually just
walk
cross.
right. It's that
But
close
they had a
German
pet issue.
with the
There's
insurance,
no aggressive breeds.
and they're considering a German Shepherd in that mix. So they were going to try to see. Yeah.
Well, they are, but they don't want to bite her, I heard.
I don't
Like, they
even
have,
see-
I don't see
I'm not,
that that's
I'm just saying, I mean,
Yeah.
because I love them too, but I mean, I heard that they have the most frequent, not hard bites, but, you know. Have you ever heard that?
No,
Oh.
that's why
They've
it's
been-
shocking. Well, you never know. I mean, I know they always put stuff out there, but I mean,
They get an absolute bad rap because
because you see them so much with
I mean,
military.
aggressive
and,
breeds
you
are
know,
Doberman.
police and.
Oh, pit bulls.
Well, they're not, but everything I've read is it's always been like, shockingly or surprisingly, the German Shepherd has the most frequent bites. And I don't know.
Okay. But that was the issue with this house. Is
So we're waiting to hear back if they, because we told them, you know, we'll get a rider on our insurance for that if we need to be.
Yeah.
So we're waiting to hear back on that.
Yeah.
Because that would be literally right here.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That would be
They could
nice.
ride their bikes to school if they wanted to, but if not, that's the one we're shooting
Yeah.
for up there.
Cool.
Yeah.
They both sound like good options.
They are very much so. Yes, they are. They just be they're both very different. So, but it's still you know, it'd be different for us because we're not used to living in that kind of environment. But
Right.
we're looking forward to it actually too. That would be nice.
Yeah.
And as far as that's concerned.
So you ready for school?
Yeah.
How was camp?
They had a blast. Yes.
She's got her braces today. So she's,
Awesome.
her lip is doing this weird thing.
Yes, she's get used to that.
Everybody had braces.
Yes.
Oh, she was excited about getting
Very,
it,
very
but she's
excited.
talking weird and stuff.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Lip forming around it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
normal. Yeah.
Yeah, camp was amazing.
Oh,
They
it was,
just had
you gotta get up there for one of those. They're just blasting. Everybody's fun.
the growth that it gives the kids is just independence and growth and just
Yeah.
all amazing things that they experience there with so many kids.
Yeah,
like
that's
minded
pretty
kids and singing and learning and
Well,
just a lot of fun. So yeah.
Yeah, a good time.
little pain
Both,
is
yes.
good for you.
Both of them. Yeah, even Brian. They even did it with softball.
Yeah, got a black eye.
Yeah, he did.
Nick hit him with an errant elbow.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because Nick,
Yeah, he's all
tall,
elbow.
and his elbow is right there. Just they were playing some game with another pastor, and he just caught an elbow in the eye. But it was swollen. I mean, it was fat, nasty.
Quite ugly. Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, even pastor got into it after the first day or so.
Cool.
Yeah, he had fun.
Well, there we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're not holding our breath on this one.
Thank you. Okay, so I'll just pay you tomorrow. Well,
Mary
it's-
wants it. I want to push it
Oh,
back.
you have.
I'm just
one. for
tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's $40.
Every shepherd she's had, shepherds.
Oh, okay, so you 40 for that one, okay.
bring it.
And then they pay you on 17, okay, that
mean,
okay, so 40.
My dog will bite me
Alright.
when I mess with her.
Sure.
When I'm playing with her and, you know.
The top part, you
How
gotta
long
show.
Is it so you don't have them on the bottom?
Yeah, for some reason, yes,
I mean,
they
it's
don't do
like
the bottom right
mix.
away.
Yeah, I think that's
She's
kinda
got to wait
versus a
several
pit bull.
more visits before she gets the bottom.
That,
on.
even when they're
That's how
playing,
they do it, so.
they clamp
yeah,
down
she's got the whole top
hard.
Yep.
The amount of torque or whatever,
Thank
the
you.
force
Do
that they have in
do they
that bite,
feel
and
weird
scientific
or-
studies
Yeah.
have shown it's like 100 times stronger
She's doing a lot of
than
weird,
like a Doberman.
mouth
And
movement
that's
things.
why
and
it's
stuff
like,
that. Yeah,
play
no,
with them.
just
If
smoothies right
you
now.
don't want
Oh,
to
okay.
It's sensitive for a few days, but then she'll be right into the swing of things until they
Yeah,
every
that's good that
adjustment.
it's done before school starts, so you don't
You know,
have
he's
to
like, oh, she's
Yeah,
such a
pain in the
little
ass.
baby or whatever, and
deal
I'm
with
like,
that.
Yeah.
well, my kids aren't going to be playing with your
Yeah.
dog. You know, wrestling with your dog.
I saw you had a wetsuit on. Did you go?
I went snorkeling.
Okay.
Yeah.
many cities?
Well, I'm sure.
But with
you-
like kids, shepherds are so.
I mean, but like,
My mom grew up with
it
shepherds.
was,
Yeah,
we went to
yeah.
Devil's
And
Den.
my,
It's up by
my
Gainesville.
grandma,
And
she had a
so
whole,
it's this
so
thing
like I
where
said,
it
we've
has
talked about
opening
it.
up
And
the
Grace
top,
wants one
but
because our
then
neighbor, the
it's
next door
kinda
neighbor
like
has
a
one.
cave.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty and it also is really cool in there. So
Okay.
Eventually.
the water
Oh, yeah.
is like 70
Well,
degrees.
we found ours
So if
for-
you just go in a
we got-
swimsuit, you would be.
Got it for,
So anyway, so I was borrowing the wetsuit and I.
from this guy that had it.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
Water.
That sounds wonderful. It was a
It was
lot
like
of fun.
So,
Yeah.
Couldn't take
Yeah.
care of it.
It's a cool place.
Shepherd.
It's a very,
So,
very
yeah, there's-
popular. They had a 4-hour
deals
wait
like that
when we
too,
got
yeah.
there.
Holy moly.
And so you
And,
just
I
go
know
and
World
plan to
Vets has
do
had-
something. You don't have to
had
stay
one or
there the
two
whole
that
time.
they've
You
had.
can
Okay.
check in, but
Yeah.
And a lot of those you can
Okay.
get for.
Yeah, definitely. That's again, it's that one kind of having a significant other that makes you kind of go outside your
Yeah,
comfort
try
zone
new
for
things.
things. And actually give you this check right here. If you're okay with that,
okay.
because I have it written, I wasn't sure.
Oh, yeah.
What I
I
owed
think
you.
she saw
Yeah,
she saw ours in the paper.
Thank you.
It was- So
You can wear them for
checking that.
school though now.
Yeah.
Really well.
Well, I am, but probably.
Because
Because all the work falls on Mary.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's why she didn't go to Camp
Yeah,
South.
those are legit.
Somebody wants
There's,
to dog.
there's a deal at Kohl's.
Yes, yeah, we got, oh my gosh, what we saved of it up there 2 weekends ago. I mean, I think it's ongoing for quite some time, but I don't know if we got, I don't think we've gotten a deal on that, I'm not really sure, but, yeah, it's, we got a lot of savings on stuff.
Is that out by where you live?
So, no, it's out right up
I
the road
know.
here in Van Dyke.
Yeah, I've been over there.
That's
I've
the one.
been there. See, it's a Midwestern store. You
Uh-huh.
know, they have them all over in Wisconsin.
Okay.
And so I wondered if I would miss it when I moved here, but I don't. Like,
No.
I don't really go there, even though it's close enough,
Yeah.
you know. But I just end up going to the mall and,
I'm the same way,
JCPenney is kind
right.
of my department
Okay.
store now.
We're Macy's. I'm like a big,
Okay.
well, the good thing with Kohl's and Macy's is the discounts they give you are unreal for the clothes.
Yeah, you can get really good deals.
Yeah, so
there.
always the
Yeah.
coupons, and then they let you double coupons, and then you get in addition because if you get their credit card with them and stuff.
Oh
which I
yeah,
know,
then
like,
you
they're-
get.
Yes, but
Yeah.
I mean, so these are the main reason why we went to Kohl's right here. These shoes. So
They're nice.
yeah, so but we got a bunch
So
of good
big
deals.
foot,
Yeah,
yeah.
9 feet, 9 foot right there. Yes.
Wow.
I think I've taken her last inherited pair of shoes right here for my
Whose
feet.
feet did she get?
I have tall people in my family.
Oh,
Brian has some
okay.
tall ones in his family, so she just got lucky maybe.
Yeah, my dad and my brother are both taller than me.
Yeah, and I have a bunch of way over 6 feeters in my brother was over 6 feet, and my nephew's over 6 feet, and many more. So she stands a good chance. But yeah, so that's why I don't know about Penny's, but I know that's for Macy's and Kohl's. They do offer those really good discounts.
Yeah.
But like Macy's Kohl's is kind of like that too, but Macy's is just all inclusive. You have got household to,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you name it, it's everything.
Mhm.
It's a lot more selection, whereas Kohl's is a little, I think, smaller
Yeah,
scale.
it's smaller than
And it's,
Macy's.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I'm like you. I detest shopping, and when I do go shopping,
it is how much discussing how much I spend, but we don't go, when we go for clothes, we.
It's like one and done kind
Yes,
of.
like a once a year, you know, maybe twice a year. Summer usually, and then school, back to school, kind of like is usually our big shopping sprees, you know, for clothes.
I used to be much more of a shopper. Now it's kind of like something I do, because, well, I need clothes.
Yeah.
I'm shopping. And it's like fun, but it's also not like really a hobby for me. I don't know.
I'm right there with you. Yes. I do not enjoy it. Yes. Now Amazon Prime is a whole, that gets me in trouble. I need to go to some kind of addiction.
Amazon Prime Anonymous.
Anonymous. I absolutely do. Yes. I'm praying hard. And I need some help with that one. So, yes. That's my problem. So I don't want to keep you from Andrew family. I do?
Yeah, with the video.
I did. She has not seen it. She's heard about it, but she hasn't seen it. Oh, Maple's not happy, is she? Is that Maple?
Yeah.
Poor heart. She's not happy, huh?